Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Akyam. First and foremost, I want to say call halal, Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rakah, Hakodash. I want to send double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I want to send much peace, love, and salutations to Yakim out there pushing the word of Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai in sincerity and in truth. This is the brother Ariala. And this is just another message sent from your boy Esau showing you that he's getting ready to clamp down on the word of the Lord going out, on any propaganda that is against his narrative that he's trying to set forth in the earth, and just showing you, man, he's getting ready to really clamp down on all forms of media, and that's a part of warfare. One major part of warfare is controlling communication, and we all know very well that YouTube started out or has basically modeled their path of censorship based off the Israelites. You know, when the apostles and elders really started to pump in 2007, I remember when their first page got taken down after around that first Passover afterwards, and since then YouTube has continued to make changes, and now we're starting to see the woke news media and basically the governments and corporations have come together to regulate speech. And Tucker Carlson, who had met the apostles one time back in the day, I want to say it was back in like 2009. There's old footage of Tucker Carlson, if somebody can find it, out there speaking with the apostles. And since that time, we've seen him on Fox News. Since some of these other guys like Glenn Beck have left, and a lot of other people left Fox News. Since that time, Tucker started to become what they would consider more far right wing conservative, or even radical, and because he actually is bringing out information and facts, that's too radical, to actually look at a situation and question it and want the facts. And you start to see Tucker be more frustrated. For brothers that ever watched Tucker Carlson, you started to see him become more and more frustrated, not just with the Democratic government, but with government in general and what was happening on both sides of the spectrum, so to speak. And so now he's been removed from Fox News. Their top guy is out of there. And so, but the message that he was sending is just it's anti-alphabet, anti-transformer, you know. And so, who's the top people out there bringing that out and coming with the scripture with it? We are. And so, you best to believe that all of these forms of propaganda, all of these forms of media are going to be washed out eventually from being able to be seen, heard, and known about. And so, I wanted to bring this out. You know, we always bring this out. Isaiah 29:21 says that make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught. And so that's what's happening here, man. They make a man an offender for a word. You know, you speak the truth, and they're going to speak evil on you, and they're bringing it quickly. We always bring this out in Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And he knows the time is short for them to conclude their MOTV mission, to create this basically Baphomet society where they control every aspect of where you go, even your what you eat, who if you can lay with somebody. All manner of society is going to be controlled. Okay, so they're coming with great wrath, politically, with their regulations, economically, and their financial systems, and militarily at the end to finish it. They're going to come with great wrath. Okay, and so it's going to be a place where you're not going to see all these videos going up and information about this and that being able to be accessed. That's going to start to be clamped down, and that's going to be at a corner of the internet. And for the people who want to go in that corner, you're going to have to go through a lot. Okay? You're going to have to go through a lot. And then eventually you ain't going to be able to do none of that. Okay? And they've been making martyrs like Andrew Tate and others But that's just, that's just the beginning. Amos 5:13 says, therefore the prudent shall keep silence in that time, for it is an evil time. Okay? And so that it's going to be wise not to even be out there on the highways and byways or post this stuff because you're putting a target on your back. All right? Just like back in the ancient world, the letters you read in the New Testament. Those letters wasn't just handouts. It wasn't a pamphlet. You get seen with those letters written to the churches, you'll be seen as a terrorist. Okay? You'll be seen as a terrorist by the people. Put to death, man. Okay? So we're seeing this propaganda be pushed, and this narrative be pushed, and they're letting it be known. They cut off one of their highest earners, or if not the highest earner. He's the most viewed in Fox. And they gave him his walking papers. Okay? But Glenn Beck was hype about it. I figured I'd play his clip.
Little mini monologue that he put online yesterday. Let's play this here.
Good evening, it's Tucker Carlson. One of the first things you realize when you step outside the noise for a few days is how many genuinely nice people there are in this country. Kind and decent people, people who really care about what's true, and a bunch of hilarious people also, a lot of those. It's got to be the majority of the population, even now. So that's heartening. The other thing you notice when you take a little time off is how unbelievably stupid most of the debates you see on television are. They're completely irrelevant. They mean nothing. In 5 years, we won't even remember that we had them. Trust me, as someone who's participated.
Yeah, he said, trust me as someone who's participated, knowing that he was sunken down in that beast journalist system where you just, basically, they just hand you some information and you get up on TV and read it. That's it. And they create the narratives of the day. They create, Kanye West or this argument or this random thing that has happened. A cat got a haircut. You need to be worried about this. And us being the prophets, we're telling people, you're looking at the wrong things, people. You're looking at the wrong things. You literally have people fighting over being able to freely get titties chopped off. Or if a little 4-year-old boy should be able to call himself a pony and mean it. These are the debates of the day. Folly. Absolute folly. And if you resist these narratives, you become an offender. You become an enemy of the state. Okay? And they made this guy, Tucker Carlson, an example.
And yet at the same time, and this is the amazing thing, the undeniably big topics, the ones that will define our future, get virtually no discussion at all. War, civil liberties, emerging science, demographic change, corporate power, natural resources.
You get called a conspiracy theorist when you talk about these topics. When you talk about what's happening with the earth, everything's dying. What is the source of it? When you talk about financial systems in collapse, and you start talking about the dollar, and you start seeing how these other nations are starting to conglomerate against the West, you become a conspiracy theorist. That's a kook. And they just put you in the Alex Jones sector. That's what they do. They demonize you, man. So he's right about that. Okay? People rather hear about absolute folly.
Last time you heard a legitimate debate about any of those issues? It's been a long time. Debates like that are not permitted in American media. Both political parties and their donors have reached consensus on what benefits them, and they actively collude to shut down any conversation about it. Suddenly, the United States looks very much like a one-party state. That's a depressing realization, but it's not permanent. Our current orthodoxies won't last. They're brain dead. Nobody actually believes them. Hardly anyone's life is improved by them. This moment...
More people than you think, actually, yes, they do believe them. People are stupid. They're sheep. Most people listen to that stupid programming from TV and just, I need to get this jab. They're listening. But there is a growing sector of people who are looking for information. There is an info war happening. and are having to go to the internet and find what decentralized media, alternative media that is not plugged into a centralized system, a controlled system. And this is what Glenn Beck has done. This is what Joe Rogan kind of started that, but now on YouTube, on Rumble or Odyssey or these other platforms, they're rapidly growing because people are hungry for the answer to the question, why? Why is this happening? Or what the hell is that? And you're not going to find it on mainstream media. But most people are too busy working 10 hours a day, $25 in their bank account left after they pay all their bills. Go get them a 6-pack from the convenience store. All right, turn on the football game, wash, rinse, repeat for 40 years until their heart gives out. Okay? That's the bulk of the population. It's just workhorses who don't even take time to look up. Okay? But you don't need that many to start resisting before it starts to become noticeable. And that's what we're seeing. We're starting to see that S-curve of people fighting for information. Okay? And when that happens, more wrath is going to come. More wrath is going to come. Okay?
Is too inherently ridiculous to continue, and so it won't. The people in charge know this. That's why they're hysterical and aggressive. They're afraid. They've given up persuasion. They're resorting to force. But it won't work. When honest people say what's true, calmly and without embarrassment, they become powerful. At the same time, the liars who've been trying to silence them shrink, and they become weaker. That's the iron law of the universe. True things prevail. Where can you still find Americans saying true things? There aren't many places left, but there are some, and that's enough. As long as you can hear the words, there is hope.
That is a great, hey, I'm not dead. I haven't disappeared and nobody's shutting me up message from Tucker Carlson. It would be more effective if he wasn't such a Nazi, right?
Right.
Right.
That's the only hole in the message.
Gosh.
Doesn't sound like a Nazi.
You know, he likes freeways. You know who invented the freeway?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. It's all coming together now, Glenn. It's all coming together.
Yeah.
The tone of that, I think, is really great. You know, I mean,
I know it is.
You know, you see that and you see that's the happy warrior type of thing, right? Where, like, he's not backing down. He's not leaving his foundations or his principles, but he's also smiling.
Yeah.
You know, and enjoying life a little bit.
Right. Well, of course, you know, you're
More
paid
of that.
$100 million and they say get out and you're not going to work for it.
Why can't I find that job? I need the job.
I want that job.
Right.
I think everyone should have a chance at those jobs.
Right. A job that pays you multiple millions of dollars to not do the job. That's the job I want.
Right.
I'm sick of doing the job.
I am sick of living in this country that promises all these great things.
Yeah.
Oh, you can do it. You can achieve. When we have to work for our money. I want to work a year and get paid for 4.
Yes. Now, we're not working hard or doing a real job, of course. We should know that. But still, I want no work and lots of money. Where's that job? Low on the work side, high on the money side. I mean, you could argue we probably already have that job, but I want one that's even more low on the work side and high on
work anyway.
Yeah.
There's more points.
Let me ask you. You know Tucker better. I mean, other than me, you know, talking to him briefly in our interviews, I've never talked to Tucker Carlson in my life. What kind of person is he? Is he the person that's going to be happy taking a giant paycheck and hanging out on the beach?
No.
Or is he the type of person who's going to want to?
No, he's the type of guy like
You know it's serious when they're willing to just pay you out to get rid of you. You know it's serious, man. And so, you know, and I believe it was on Valuetainment where they kind of go more into, you know, why they actually cut him off. And basically it was like, you know, this society is degenerate. And he's coming against the alphabet people, you know. And so, you know, they reward you evil for good, saying the truth. Like it says here in Isaiah 5:20, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. You see? And this they've created their pseudosciences. They've justified just absolute debauchery and madness, and they police it. They police it financially. They'll cut off your bank accounts. They police it. They'll cut your tongue out. They won't let you speak. Okay? And soon when they start pushing this MOTV, they're going to literally be killing people. And before all of this started happening, people said we were extreme. No, they're extreme, and they're becoming more extreme. And they're not stopping. They're not stopping, man. All right? But the Most High got them. All right? The Most High got them. We're getting into that time. This is Amos, 8 and 11, what we always bring out. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of the hearing the words of the Lord. And we're going to start to see this scripture jump off the page. And they've already been trying to do it. They've got us in the back corner of YouTube. Of course, we don't monetize our videos or anything like that, but they're quick to cut our pages. They're quick to freeze our pages out. This page right here was just now reopened, and we have to be extremely mindful of what we say, or this page that you brothers are listening to right now will be eliminated. So, they're going to cut off this word going out, because this message for the hopefully elect is a call to salvation. It's a trumpet to prepare yourself. And it's going to be antagonistic to this beast system, to Esau's satanic rulership. It's resisting this rulership, man. And so we're waiting on that victory. We're waiting on the time for Yahweh to come and redeem us out of this place. But up until that point, they're going to do their best to shut us down, man. And they already seen it. They're cutting off the heads of a lot of people who are speaking out in different arenas, Proverbs chapter 17, verse 13 says, evil will never leave the house of one who pays back evil for good. It won't leave the house of this place, man. They're not going to be able to stop the Most High from bringing judgment. Scripture says that Babylon, that we would have healed Babylon, but it will not be healed. They're going to try to put balm or ointment on for their pain, but it's not going to work. Okay? Starting a quarrel, starting a fight is like breaching a dam. All right? So drop the matter before a dispute breaks out. Acquitting the guilty and condemning the innocent, the Lord detests them both. All right, so letting guilty people off and condemning the innocent, the Most High, the Scripture says, and this is in the NIV, by the way, it says that the Most High detests that, man. He detests it. He hates it to see that happening in the earth. And we see that happening in the earth by the pound, man, all across the planet. People are being roused up in the spirit to come against it. Okay, people are starting to really get upset, and that's why you see people exiting mainstream media platforms. People like Kanye West throwing away his billion-dollar contracts and deals. People are starting to resist the powers that be because they understand BS is going on in the natural way of life. A man is not sovereign, and you don't have access to these God-given rights that you're supposed to have in this place. Well, chaos is coming because of that. And as they try to regulate it and clamp it down, we already know what the scripture says is going to happen to Babylon the Great. It's going to lead to a great fight. And the nations of the earth are already preparing. Okay? The nations of the earth are already starting to move into their perspective corners. Even the 10 horns, even the 10 horn systems, even the EU bodies and the NATO allies. Those that are confederate with Esau, those that were confederate with this nation, like this beast system, they're going to come against them. Okay? So yeah, this is just another message that they're sending out to those who speak truth. And when you couple calling out Esau and what he's done, his mechanisms of the earth, and then you merge it with prophecy in the scripture, oh, they really want to take you out, man. They really want to take you out. So we're going to see what happens next. We're going to see what more that they bring, because they're moving quicker than before. they're moving quicker than before with media, with finance, and with their armies and military. So we're getting close to major prophecies breaking out. So stay diligent. Keep your head up. Hey, call halal Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rakah HaKodash. Double honors once again to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Much peace, love, and salutations to you brothers and sisters out there pushing the glory of Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai in sincerity and in truth. Shalom.